No, I don't think Elden Ring ruined Immersion. That's kind of impossible.
It just does it differently than its roots, which you get to see here.
This manual here, this is the age of when you would get manuals with your video games, and they were awesome. Look at all this. Pretty helpful stuff. Is there a tutorial? You just had it. That was the manual. You know, we read about why it was fun, so we're gonna see why it was fun.
This is King's Field.
Hey, check that out. That's the Moonlight Greatsword, and he's doing the wave thing. Because the story was also in the manual. Basically, the guy from the first game is ruling the kingdom, and he gets the weapon they used to kill the final boss in the first game stolen. And it's, you know, apparently on this island where he saved the world at, and now his homeboy showed up and said, hey, this guy got your blade, want me to get it back? And he's like, please, find out some more. So you show up here, your shipwrecks, all your crew are, you know, decimated, and you're on this rock with nothing on. And you can see that too. You can go to your equipment, there's nothing on you. There's this big old menu.
You know when you come back to an RPG a long time from when you were last playing it and you don't know exactly what's happening? This game is exactly that, but at least the stats are simple. Speaking of old mechanics,
Stuff, drop something, your strength is simply your stats. Wait, how can I do slash damage? Oh yeah, you gotta look for stuff. That's not really an exaggeration. I mean, you absolutely have to look for stuff. They're bones. How about this over here? What's this? It's empty. What's this? That's the spinning animation thing. Look at that. Everything else in the world pauses, but like an effect or something like that water over there. But look at that spin. I missed that arrow. Hey, hello. You're a sword. The sword that was on the cover of the game. We also got movement. Got going back and forth with the D-pad, but left and right will turn you. You use L1 and R1 to go left and right instead of just the buttons on the D-pad. So eventually, this is how you end up playing the game. You see? And then it can turn. And you eventually get the hang of it if you keep doing it. This takes a lot of practice, especially coming from the era we can just do this. And every weapon has poise damage, enough to stun your enemy. That way you can rush in, attack them, and then rush back, making you play this back and forth fencing game. I mean, if walking around looking at the ground for different stuff to find, things with no name attached to them, no windows to pop up, no glowing orbs that shine from the bottom up to tell you what something is, or mist or whatever people like to use in their games, yeah. This is immersive to me. Because I feel like I'm on this island. I feel like I'm finding these items and just fighting for my life. Look at this random fisherman. He doesn't even have a face. That's peak immersion. Oh, you also need to have the patience to read. And keep talking to your NPCs over and over and over again. You see a pattern happening here? Let's go swimming! Everything in this game is trying to smoke you. Everything. Check that out. I leveled up. And look what happened. That's it. The stuff on the right went up a little bit. See my experience? There's a number, but we don't know how much it takes to level up. This is a mechanic that's very outdated now, but makes this game work. So, you want to look for secret walls. You might hear a monster. You know, that's definitely a monster, but we don't know where he is. So naturally you start playing with walls, pushing the action button as you strafe along them, and boom! Oh, and that cool spinning looking crystal? Let's use it.
I feel so much stronger. I gotta do this now. Give me this magic. Ah! Yeah! Have some of that fireball magic. Run this.
Where can I find that? Like, because my sword doesn't look like that. Check that out. We found another crystal. This one's way. And look what it does. It's the sickest effect I've ever seen, like, in my life. Check that out. It's called Wind Cutter. Look what happens when I use it.
immersion depends on the person and the game. Even if mechanics age, they can still create that special feeling in a player that tells them a game is still a blast, whether different versions of them appear or the classics keep them strong. New games now will be old one day too. How far back are you willing to look?